In this video, I'm going to talk about percentages. And so on the SCT, they're going to be percent increase and percent decrease. So I'm going to teach you guys how to attack these problems on the SAT. So how does percentages work? They all start at 100%. Now, you can't actually type 100% on the calculator. So how you type it on the calculator is you move the decimal 2 times to the left and it equals 1. So let's say that this problem wants a 20% increase, for example, like on tax. How do you type this on the calculator? Well, we always start at 100% plus the 20%, and that's 120%. Now on the calculator, what you type in is 1.2. Now let's say we have an 8% increase in tax. It's pretty much the same idea, right? You always start at 100%, add the 8%, which equals 108%, which on the calculator you multiply by 1.08. Now if it was percentage decrease, then how it works is that, let's say it decreases by 7%. On the calculator, it's going to be 100% minus 7%, which equals 93%. And then you have to type in 0.93. And after a while, you can kind of notice the patterns, and then you can just do it all in one step. So then if it decreases by 20%, you multiply it now just by 0.8. Okay, so let's go ahead and see some SAT problems, and we'll continue using this idea. All right, let's go ahead and work on this problem. So step one is that we always read the question, which of the following represents the original price of the computer in terms of P? The next thing I do is I look at the variables. So I look at the 20% discount off its original price. And then the other important part is that there's an 8% sales tax on the discounted price. So how I want to start the problem is I want to label my variables. So let's say L equals laptop original price. And let's say that P that equals the price of the new. So to set this one up, we want to have the original first, the laptop original price. And the first thing it says is that there's going to be a 20% discount. And to write the 20% discount, it's going to be 0.8. Because it's 100% minus 20%, which is 80%, which becomes 0.8 on the calculator. And it's going to be multiplied by, there's an 8% sales tax. So it's going to look like 1.08. And it equals the price of the new one. Now, what it wants is, what is the original price in terms of P? So the idea of this one is that we want to get L by itself. And so to get L by itself, these three numbers are multiplying. So we're going to have to do the opposite, which is divide. And what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And then that would be the answer, which is going to be D. All right, let's take a look at this problem right here. So we read the question first. If type A tree produces 144 pairs, how many pairs did type B produce? So I can just simply write down A equals 144. And then I have to look at the variables. So I noticed that type A produced 20% more pairs than type B. So from here, I'm just setting up this problem. So I know that type A produced 20% more, which is the same thing as saying 1.2 B. And then from here, I can just plug it in. So all of this right here, the 1.2 B, I plug it into right here. So it'll be 1.2 B equals 144. I divide by 1.2, divide by 1.2. And if you do that on the calculator, it's 144 divided by 1.2, and then that's 120. So that would be your answer. The second way to do it is actually plug and chug. And so with plug and chug, we always try B and C first. So let's go ahead and try B. So if I know that A is 144, so I know that type A is 20% more, right? So I can try 120 times 1.2, and if you type that in the calculator, it becomes 144, which is the same thing as A. So those are two ways that you can solve this problem. With this problem, let's look at the question first. Which of the following best approximates the atomic weight of the unknown element? Okay, so I have to figure out what my starting point is. So my starting point is calcium is 40 AMU. So that's my starting point. And it says that the unknown is going to be 20% less than calcium. So to do 20% less, it's 40 starting point times 0.8. And if you type that in the calculator, that's going to be 32. And then C will be your answer.